Hey guys, it's Mel. I told you I would do a tutorial, I guess a semi-tutorial. I wanted to do a review after I used this and I was really excited to get it. This is the Dienamics, I believe it's Dainty bow die. Let me see if it says it on the back. I took the outer packaging in. I believe this is the Dainty bow. They also have another one, and this one's 23 something and the other one's $1 more, 24 something. But I just happen to like this one better. I like the shape of this one better. The other one's a little bit wider, and you guys can, check that out there. But I just happen to like the Dainty bow. So this is the Dainty one. So that's what that looks like. And I just wanted to do some samples to kind of show you guys, and I'll do one on camera. But these are some that I've been working on. Don't know if you can see that there. It makes, whoops, I got the little glue gun strings on here. So it makes this small one, and then it'll make the bigger size. So one pass through will cut you out 2 bows here. So this was in like a pattern blue paper. Then this was in the sweet chocolate, I believe, the MFT, the wool, 100% wool felt. This came out so nice. So I mentioned how I was going to let you guys know whether there's a difference or not, because the only felt I've had before is the like the little cheap 20-cent or so felt that you would get at AC Moore or Michael's at your craft store. But this is 100% wool felt, and it just cut out like beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. Sometimes when I cut it out with, and I use a cuttle bug, sometimes when I cut it out the regular felt, it does work too, but sometimes it doesn't cut all the way through and you got to pull it, and then it kind of distorts whatever you're cutting out, like I usually do the rolled roses. But this came out really pretty, and I got this chocolate felt on clearance for like $3. And I think they gave you like 3 sheets of it, so from MFT. So that I give a thumbs up. Then I wanted to show you, these are just some papers that I got a while ago that I meant to show you, that I picked up at Joann's, and they're like, they have them paper racks and they're on sale for a lot. I think these were like 5 for $1 on sale, but they're normally like $1.99 each. So I caught a really good sale. But these are, and you probably can't tell, but these are like velvet, if not velvet paper. So I got it in black, and then the red, and that's what I cut out this bow. And this one here. And then what I did was I also cut out, and I don't have the small one, I cut out it in glitter paper. I don't know if you can tell, that's black glittery paper. And I used, you can also, mix and match. Like I used the band for the smaller one around this velvet one here. And what I really, really like, and I didn't do it yet, so maybe we'll do that when I do the example, is you can double, let's see, you can double your bow, but before you assemble it. So you pretend this piece wasn't there, and you could put, a double layer bow, and I'll show you better what that looks like. But this one also, this was not double-sided paper, but the back was white, but I thought it looked nice how you did the pattern paper here, and you can do like the white background there and the same band, or I could have flipped the band over. So there's a lot of different, ways you can do it. So let me finish showing you these. I got a red velvet one. This one's like a tan one, so I don't know if it's showing up that it's even velvet, but it's really nice to the touch. And then here's the chocolate color one, and then here's like a greenish Christmassy one. And then this is a different, just check out the textured papers there. This one's nice and thin, so I think that would work. This one's thicker, so I don't know how good this would bend, but I just thought this paper was neat. So I just really like the different textures. And then here's one more of the velvet in a soft gray. So check out that little area in Joann's, because I just really like, I've said this a lot of times before, I just really like the textures on, the different textures on, your die cuts. I think it makes it fun, especially when they're going to be in a mini album that you can actually, get your hands on it and touch it. Then I also want to share with you that I tried my beloved burlap, but again, it was a fail. But this was the untreated. I still haven't tried the Darla G recommended, and a few others that you can kind of water down your, I don't know if you guys watch my burlap adventures, but I used videos, but I used Mod Podge, and I painted it, and it was just too thick. It was like you could smack somebody with that stiff of a paper. But somebody mentioned maybe if you just did the one side, which I did only do the one side, but just what I used was so thick it just absorbed through both sides. And I also didn't like the way it looked, because it was, even though I had matte Mod Podge, it made it, because of the consistency of it, it made it too shiny, where it didn't look like burlap anymore. It kind of looked like a coated, I don't know, a coated mess. But anyway, I still have to try the watered down version of that, but I wanted to try this on regular burlap and see if maybe I could get away with it, but not so much luck. Like I was able to get a few of the pieces out, but see how they, let me see if I can show you. See how they like fray, and by the time you pull them out, the shape's distorted. So I was able to get a couple out, but see, they're not perfect. I mean, not that they have to be perfect, but that would bother me. See how that's coming apart at the ends? So maybe for the future I'll try my other method, but so far that didn't work. So if you guys were going to try that, save you the trouble. So I went ahead and I cut out a few of these bows because I'm going to do a demonstration for you. So here's what it cuts out. It cuts out a smaller bow, the bottom lining of the bow, and then its little band. And then you have the bigger bow, the bottom lining of that bigger bow, and then the band for that one. So we'll do the bigger one on camera, and they're really simple. You flip it over, and sometimes, no, not this one, you could see like the score lines, but this one didn't really have any score lines. So what you want to basically do is turn whatever side you want, face that down, and then bend it towards yourself. And just kind of, I just kind of make sure I have it to where it'll bend, because you want to be able to do this quickly. And it's going to be hard for me to do on camera, but I'll still do it anyway. And this, I don't know if you can see this in frame here. This is just another tip. This was about $1 or so. It's a really pretty tile from my local Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever your hardware store is by you. But this is just a little tile that I use as, you know, like a hot plate sort of for my glue gun. And this matches my craft room. I'm downstairs in my kitchen now. But this is just a little damask glue gun, which I love how cute it is, but I wish it had a skinnier point. But it'll work for this demo's purposes. So what you want to do is just hit a little tiny bit of glue, not too much because you don't want it to like fuse shut. And then you just take it and careful with your fingers, and then just kind of bend it this way. And now you want to make sure you leave these open, because that's what I think makes it look cute, and you can kind of bend them, you know, a little bit there. So then you have the base of your bow. And then you can either do this next step, you can do it in a different order if you like, but let's try this. Last time after I did this part, I wrapped the band around and then I glued it to the bottom, but let's see if it'll work the other way, because maybe that'll hold it all together better. So then you take your bow that you have, and then you take your bottom piece. These are for your smaller one. So you take your bottom piece and you just put a dab of glue right here. And there's a little score line in the middle of this. I guess you could fold it like up so that it kind of sticks out, but I'm just going to do it like it is. So then you have, so you can kind of tell it's coming together. Whoops. And you're going to have these stupid glue strings. So then there's that, and then the last thing you want to do, and you can either at this point choose whether, especially if it's double-sided paper, it might look nice if you flipped it over. And I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to use the white portion of it. And I don't know if you can see. Let me get these glue strings off before I'm traveling with this. You might not be able to see, but there's tiny little score lines here and here that kind of helps you bend it where it needs to go. But you know, you don't have to use them if you don't want. So then I'm just going to, yeah, this is easier. So, because the first time, like I said, I put this around just the bow part and then glued it together. So then what you want to do is just have them meet on the back, and they don't have to be pretty on the back because you don't see them. But so what you want to do is lift your tab up here, have it ready with your thumb, hit it with a little bit more glue, and then just be careful again with your fingers, and then just kind of meet them two together. Give it a second to dry, and you have your bow. So I like it with the different colors, and you can add, you know, different things to it. But let's try to do the double bow. So here's the smaller piece I'm taking that they cut out, and you're basically the same idea. I always first like just kind of mold it that way so it kind of holds it like this, so it's easier, because it's hard to work when you have the hot glue and limited time before it dries. And you just kind of, again, meet them together. Then you form your bow, turn that on the back side, that'll be the ugly side. And then, so we don't need this piece for what we're doing. And I wonder if I should do this side or this side. Let's do white to go with it. Alright, so then we'll just do, you don't even have to do it on this side, but I'm just going to do both to have it go quickly. And then you just put your band on. And this is a low temp glue gun, so it's not really going to hurt me, but just be careful if you have a higher one. This one's more, reminds you of like a kiddie one, barely even gets hot. Okay, so then I just kind of fluff up these edges and kind of bend them. You can even use a tool if you'd rather do that. And then all I'm going to do to make this double bow is simply add a dab of glue and place this second bow right in the center. And just, there we go. Now it's centered. And now we have our double bow. And I think that's really cute. So all we did was we just didn't use this second piece for underneath that. And you could if you want, but I don't really like the way it looks. It looks like it doesn't belong. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. So I like it like this, where you put the one and then the second one, and then only the one back piece. So that's just a demo of what this die does, and overall, I love it. I love it. I think I'll use it a lot. I think it'll be nice on cards, and my next video is going to show you just a quick demo on the Matchbox die that I got from the clearance rack on Stampin'Up.com. So stay tuned for that, and I'll show you, but I think these bows will look really good for those little boxes as well. So I'll show you that, so stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching, guys. Bye.